Either run the day or the day runs you. Jim Rohn. We all have a lot that we want to achieve within any given day. So with time being our most valuable asset, it's really important that we take some time to consider how we spend it. Beyond just sleeping and going to work each day, most of us have goals, ambitions, and things we hold dear to ourselves. Making time for all this can often seem daunting, with things being put to the side or put on the back burner for another day that simply never comes. So with all the different directions that life pulls us in, what can we do to regain some control over our time? Take ownership of your time. The first thing that is important to understand is that your time is your own, and you decide who and what you give it to and how much you give to them. Similar to your money, when you spend your time, it's a transaction. You're giving something up in hopes of receiving something in return. You should value your time and only spend it on things that are important to you. Taking ownership of your time not only allows you to distribute it as you please, but it gives you the personal responsibility to understand and know that your time is yours for you to spend as you see fit. When we say things like, "I don't have time for this," what we're really saying is, I don't value this enough to spend my time on it. An example of this might be exercise. Have you ever looked at your day and thought, I don't have time to get a workout in today? The answer is probably yes. But problems can arise when this day that we miss becomes a week, and this week that we miss becomes a month, and before we know it, it's just the norm that we don't ever have time to exercise and get a workout in. Which brings me on to my second point. Define how much time you're going to spend on things. Take that example of not having enough time to exercise. Well, how much time is that exactly? Is it 1.5 hours? Is it 30 minutes? Does it include a commute? Does it include showering or getting changed? Could you do it in less? Oftentimes, we try to rationalize with ourselves that if we can't dedicate the optimal amount of time to something, then it's almost not worth dedicating any time to it at all. But over the long term, consistently doing anything for 10 minutes a day, as opposed to not managing to do it once, is surely able to produce better results. Just as we make a conscious decision about what we want to spend our time on, it's important that we pay attention to how much time we want to spend on different tasks. Arnold Schwarzenegger famously said that we all need to sleep faster. He went on to talk about sleeping for 6 hours and having 18 hours left in the day to complete all your tasks. And I think many people misconstrue his point here. He's not trying to say that 6 hours sleep is optimal. He's simply saying that's the amount of time he's willing to allocate towards it. There's a tendency to want to block off our day into hours, and this sometimes can be a little bit too simple. You give yourself an hour in the morning to get ready to go to work, eat, shower, get dressed, get out the door. You give yourself that hour commute. You have that 8-hour workday with that 1-hour lunch break. You got that 1 hour in the evening to prepare and eat your dinner. Well, before you know it, that's 12 to 13 hours of your day gone, and we haven't even got onto any of your side projects or family time or anything else that you'd like to spend your time on. So what can we effectively put into place to get more out of the hours in our day? Use Parkinson's Law. Parkinson's Law is the adage that work expands to fill the time allocated for its completion. It's the reason that when you have 3 months to complete a work project or write an essay, that you can get it done in the last 24 hours of the deadline. You basically end up cramming 3 months worth of work into a 24-hour period. Now, is it going to be your best work? Probably not, but you're going to have it done. But the trick here is to apply Parkinson's Law intentionally. So instead of giving yourself an hour to get ready in the morning, give yourself 30 minutes. Maybe it means you leave the house without a full face of makeup or without eating an English breakfast, but you've saved yourself some time. Don't allocate an hour and a half for your workout each day. If you're not managing that, restrict it to a 20-minute at-home workout with 0 equipment and 0 travel time. Again, is it the optimal workout to get the body that you dream of? Probably not. But if you're not getting to the gym, if you're not making time for it at all, then a little bit every day is going to give you far more results than nothing at all. Complete your most important and pressing tasks first. Our energy and willpower is a daily resource that slowly gets depleted as we go throughout our day. So when it comes to laying out your jobs for the day, try to put your most important tasks at the front. Get them done when you're full of energy first thing in the morning if possible. I personally try to pack in as much as I can before 2 in the afternoon because I'm very aware that I slump after that time. So if I can get the majority of my pressing and important work done in the morning, it frees me up to then have a slightly lazier or more relaxed afternoon. The best way to ensure that you do this is plan for tomorrow today. Take a moment at the end of each working day and just write a list of what you want to achieve on the following. Make sure that you prioritize it in terms of what's the most important task, what's going to move the needle forward the most. By doing this the day before, not only are you going to be able to wake up the next day and get straight on with it, but you're going to give your mind some clarity and some space so that hopefully on that day you can get a better rest, preparing you to get your work done tomorrow. By applying time restrictions onto tasks in any given day, it means that we can fit more in. It provides us with more slots to allocate more activities into. And by putting some intention onto certain tasks, it hopefully frees us up from distraction and procrastination as well. And finally, use the 4 pillars. It's important to remind ourselves that when we're talking about productivity, this doesn't simply relate to your work or your studies. Blocking off time to spend with loved ones is equally, if not more important. Taking intentional time to spend with the people you care about the most without letting other areas of your life sneak in and interrupt. This is far easier to do when you're making conscious decisions about how you spend your time, rather than simply reacting to the world as it comes at you. Plan a date night with your partner. Get an activity ready to do with the kids over the weekend. Go visit your grandma for a cup of tea. Not only will this help you enjoy your relationships more, but it will help to create clear boundaries between your work and your personal life. The model I recommend when you're trying to distribute your time fairly is the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars refer to 4 areas of life that I try to fill up and make sure that I'm getting the most out of. This is my family, my friends, my work, and my hobbies. I find myself to be at my happiest when I evenly distribute my time between these 4 areas of life. But of course, these are adjustable. If work is pretty full on, then I might need to spend a little less time with friends. If my family need me for something, then I'll take a break from certain hobbies. But by using this framework as a point of reflection, it helps to keep me grounded and ensure that I'm not getting too focused in one single area of my life. At the end of the day, it's all about balance. Life is more than any one single pursuit, and you should enjoy all aspects of it. So I hope all this helps. Just remember that your time is your own and you choose who, where, and how you spend it. And as always, take care of yourself.